Hey guys, welcome to another episode of CW Movie Night. As you can see, it's just me and Dean the Dream here tonight. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good.
There's been a lot of generic AAA Hollywood blockbuster slop coming out the last couple weeks. Have you been watching any of that? Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four.
No, the last one I watched was Superman.
Okay, you did go to see that in theaters or
No.
allegedly? No. Okay, well, I guess that's the world we live in these days. But yeah, I've missed all that stuff, and we talk about cultured things on this show, so we won't be talking about any of those movies. With the Frankenstein dinosaur, or I mean, I hate to admit it, I'm kind of tempted to see Fantastic Four, but we'll see if it happens.
I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I just, I have good like I don't like Marvel that much, but I have good associations with Galactus. Like the Mobius run back in the day was some of the coolest Marvel art that exists. So that could half tempt me to check it out. But yeah, we're actually not covering a specific movie tonight. We were debating it, but it's probably for the best considering what we were thinking about. Will we ever get around to it? I don't know. Well,
I hope not, dude.
but yeah, the last episode, I think when we just sort of covered some entertainment stories, I think that was pretty effective, and I think I had a lot of fun. I think that's a good format for this show, so we're gonna keep that going for a little while at least,
Yeah, we might have to
because
rebrand though.
well, it's movie related topics. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically, there's been some good trailers coming out. Comic-Con just happened.
Yeah.
Um, there's been some interesting announcements lately, so I wanted to talk about a few things. But yeah, here's our fantastic thumbnail with GL himself. So basically, what that's about is he had his first appearance at San Diego Comic-Con, doing a panel, and it did not disappoint. I've watched the whole thing. I'm assuming you haven't, Dean, but we'll talk about
No.
it a little bit. You don't need to,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need to, but yeah, and then we got the first like full trailer for Prey and a big trailer for Avatar: Fire and Ash,
It's
which
not
like
Prey.
not Prey 2, whatever you want to call it, bro.
No, isn't it?
Prey
What's
2 Electric Boogaloo. You know what I mean?
Oh
That's
yeah.
what it is. It's
Predator
uh
2 or yeah, Prey 2
Badlands, but it's
Escape from Thunderdome,
pre-
yeah.
Escape from Predator Bay. Yeah, but it's basically it's
That's a good
it's
one.
it's the same director,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's Prey 2 if you ask me. But yeah,
Oh, I have
so
thoughts.
so well, the first thing I want to talk about is, so we got this big trailer for Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Yeah.
I just made Dean check that out before the show, so like, so are you over this franchise, or does this look exciting to you?
I I never understood the hype this franchise gets. Like I saw the first movie and I was like, okay, like I guess. Like it's not bad. I don't dislike it. But man, people have glazed the fuck out of Avatar. And then the second movie came out fucking like 15 years later or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now they're in water. Okay. And then now this movie, it's fire. They're going to some new fire section of the.
Well,
It's like, oh,
it,
you got forest, you got water, you got fire. The next movie is going to be sand.
yeah, that's a
Then the
winning
movie after
formula,
that's going to be raising mountaintops.
dude. That's what George Lucas did. Everybody loved that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
fair, fair. Um, but I do love me a sexy goth fucking cat girl.
Yeah, like seems like they're stepping up that department just a little bit, and it looks like they're like the fire tribe of Navi are like sort of the antagonists in this film, which it's an interesting change in dynamic because like a
I
lot of go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think so too. Because the second movie was just the fucking first movie with the same fucking bad guy. I was like,
Yeah.
well, are we really doing this all over again?
Well, he's still
So
around in this movie too, that guy,
yeah,
by the looks of it. Yeah.
and we see a little bit of the humans in this movie. And I don't know if these people are working with the humans. Obviously, it's just the first trailer, but that is a nice change in dynamic. I will agree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it all just comes back to the fact that these are directed by our Lord and Savior Jimmy C, who makes the best films that exist on the planet Earth. So like, it's I don't think it's a coincidence that Avatar 1 and
Really,
2 are.
James Cameron?
Dude, are you kidding?
I
Terminator
would.
1, 2, Aliens, True Lies, amazing. What like just that stuff, what do you need beyond that really? That's like those four are like S
I'm.
tier.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think I would give that distinction to maybe uh, Christopher Nolan.
I think it's hard to like Aliens and Terminator 1 and 2 are like so much more foundational to our
You're not
civilization.
wrong. You're not wrong. Like in 20 years, people will still be talking about Terminator 2. I don't think anyone's going to be talking about Inception or uh and I like those movies.
Yeah.
I loved Tenet. I didn't really uh, Zach was talking about Tenet nonstop, and I was like, I gotta watch this fucking movie. And I watched it,
Right.
and I was like, holy shit, I get it. That was fucking incredible. But yeah, I think you're right. I think like culturally, I think maybe Interstellar might be the only thing that really like stands a real test of time with Christopher Nolan movies. Well, that and the fucking Batman trilogy. Jesus Christ, I
Well,
fucking hate talking
yeah.
about those movies, but
Yeah, it's a shame for Christopher Nolan that 1/6 figures have soured us so much on that series. But
I didn't
it's
like it
really
before the figure.
really
So
interesting. It's yeah, it's fun, but it's not like comic Batman, you know, and that's kind of what I don't like about the newer one too. But yeah, man, I just think that and he said he made a comment recently, James Cameron, that it's his intention to direct 4 and 5 as well, as long as he's like healthy and up to it. So like
yeah,
there was some rumor that he was gonna
wasn't
pass
there
off.
10?
I don't I think you can only reasonably I think they've only cracked pre-production on 5 as far as like I wouldn't be surprised if they wrap it up there,
Yeah, I
which is crazy
remember
enough.
the it was maybe like before the second movie was even out. They were talking about the roadmap, and it was like 10 of these fucking things.
Yeah, but you know,
And I was
roadmaps
like, how
change.
many? How much story could you possibly have to tell?
Yeah. Well, I think
Especially around the same group of characters.
I think Jake is like really takes a back seat in this third movie by the look of the trailer. Like
Yeah,
he's in like one shot basically and out of the whole trailer. And I think they sort of some of the actors and the production team alluded to that before, but you know, I think the most telling thing about this is like, you know, some of the mocap for this movie was probably shot like over a decade ago, which is just crazy to wrap your head around. I remember when the second one came out, Edie Falco said she didn't even, she thought what she filmed for Avatar came out like years earlier. And so like, you know, she like something like 7 or 8 years after she filmed those scenes, it's like the number one movie in the country and she's in theaters, right? She had no idea it didn't come out yet. That's how
holy
it touched
shit.
it. Yeah, it's like you know, she had a pretty good sized part in that second one. But yeah, I'm just I wish James Cameron would do something else with his time, but like barring that, this is probably going to be an enjoyable watch. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I mean it's a mega franchise. There's really you really can't argue
Yeah,
that. I mean, people people love Avatar, and
yeah.
again, I don't dislike it. I did go see the second one in theaters because
It's an
the
experience in 3D, man. It's good.
yeah, well, the first one was like a cultural phenomenon at the time. It was like you had to be there.
Yeah,
So
man.
when the
People had the
second one
Avatar
came
depression.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
So when the second one was coming out, I was like, well, fuck, I saw the first one. Like this one's got to be, it's been so long. This movie has to be amazing, and it wasn't. I think the first movie is much better. Um,
I don't know. I think they're both pretty good, but
I don't think it's a bad movie, but again, like
yeah.
you're retreading the same water, no pun intended. Um, so like the story just didn't hit the same for me. I was like, this is
Yeah.
the same fucking thing.
I
Um,
think, I mean, one of the big reasons for that is probably because they took so long to get their workflow sorted out for like, over a decade that, like it's a whole new audience almost. Like there's adults who didn't exist when the first movie came out. They took so
yeah,
long. So like, I think they kind of had to do that because the numbers don't lie. You can't expect an audience to actually go back and watch the first movie. Like after that amount of time, like even though they should, even though it's a part of our like cultural heritage at this point, and it's the number one grossing film of all time, they're not going to go back and watch it because people are mouth breathers and terrible. So it's
yeah.
just,
I feel like for most people like us, so maybe not most people, but people like us, when I'm getting ready to go see a movie, I'll hype myself up for the movie by watching either the previous movie or things related to it. But I guess for like your normal, fucking family that's like, the kids want to go see a movie. I got the fucking weekend off. Let's just go see fucking Avatar. They're not worried about, yeah, let's watch the first one and get like all into it. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I mean, considering how much repetitive ground they tread, that might be a mistake in the first place.
Yeah.
I think the second, especially when they're 3 hours long. I think, to be honest, I think the second movie does a lot of that stuff better than the first. But it's just you can start there if you're gonna if you missed one and two, I would just watch two before three.
It just felt, I feel like they wrote themselves into a corner, like not thinking. I feel like they knew the movie was going to be a success, but I don't know. I feel like the way they ended the first movie, where it's like Jake is now accepted into this community of alien creatures, and he's almost like their Jesus or whatever. And then in the second movie, it's like, oh yeah, you guys aren't allowed to be here anymore. You got to fuck off. So they like go find the water tribe, and it's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. And then again, it's not just like, oh, it's these creatures fighting for their right to survive or live on their own planet, but it's the same bad guy, and it's like, really, like, we killed this guy and now he's also one of them. It's just like so
Yeah,
dumb, dude.
I just think it's like
It's lazy.
I think some of those tropes were tolerated in an era gone by, and I think Jimmy C is sort of still making movies like we used to get them. Like I don't know, there's just a lot of straightforward like action movie tropes in Avatar that are just gone from like like the sort of like the blockbuster like action sci-fi movie basically doesn't exist anymore. It's been like swallowed by comic book movies. And like I think I think Avatar 2 is like it's closer to something you'd get 20 years ago in terms of story structure, even though the whole thing is a CGI monstrosity that couldn't have been made that long ago. But I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like for the time between one and two, and that's what they came up with. So between two and three is not that pretty long, but not as
Yeah,
long.
not as bad. It's like three
Not
or four
nearly.
years. Yeah.
So hopefully they got their shit together, because it's like, why did it take so long to get the second movie out there? The technology was there. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't.
I'm not an expert on that. Maybe people are mining too much Bitcoin and they couldn't get the processors to like get it
Bro,
done. I don't know.
Hollywood is a fucking insane place.
Oh yeah,
Like hearing,
it's going away.
yeah, hearing like what it takes to get movies made. It's just like, why does anybody bother? Like,
It's
dear
amazing you get
lord,
anything. Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, and we got Rob Barnes and Jeremy Stutes in the chat. Rob saying that Jimmy C, like Lucas, changed the way movies can be made. Absolutely, and credit where it's due, man. Like on the top 10 or 20 highest grossing films of all time, Jimmy C has three on there. They might be uh my like they're not my favorite three Jimmy C films, Titanic and the two Avatars, but but he's got three on the top 10.
You know who else I would put on that list? And he's not a director; he's an actor.
Uh, yeah. What's his name? Gollum.
Poor dude. His entire fucking career is dots on his face.
Uh,
Uh,
King Kong.
no, I was gonna say Tom Cruise.
Oh,
Tom Cruise
well,
pushes the boundaries on like almost every movie he makes. It's pretty wild, and I feel like when he makes a movie, everybody is looking at like, fuck. Now we gotta like, how are we gonna compete with that? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. That's true. But
Oh,
he's not
Tom
more.
Cruise.
He's more taking like doing like edgelord stunts rather than pushing technology, if you ask me. But it's impressive.
Well, he was like, I think he wanted to be the first guy to do a movie in space, and so that could still happen. Got pretty close to Top Gun, and he's actually fucking flying those jets.
Yeah. Rob Barnes says when he thinks of James Cameron, there's aliens and then everything else. Yeah, I would put Terminator 1 like very close to aliens. Like
Oh man, Terminator 1 is so fucking good, dude.
yeah.
I remember growing up, Terminator 2 is the go-to, right? It's a
Yeah.
little bit.
When you
I don't
become
want
a
to say,
man, you realize Terminator 1 is better. That's just what it
yeah,
is.
like Terminator 2 is arguably the greatest sequel of all time, other than maybe Empire
Or aliens, which James
or
Cameron did.
okay,
Yeah.
or Aliens. Um, but yeah, it's like I remember going back and watching Terminator and being like genuinely afraid, as a younger kid, because it's more of a horror movie than it is an action adventure movie like Terminator 2.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're like a Gen Z who's watching Terminator 1 and 2 for the first time in order, you're probably actually surprised by Arnold being the good guy at the beginning of Terminator 2. Like,
Yeah,
like even if you saw it in theaters when it came out, I'm sure the marketing gave that away. But if you know nothing about it and you're watching both now, that's probably a pretty great twist.
yeah. Um, I had a good thought. What was it? Oh, I was also that's what I was gonna say about even Alien versus Aliens. The first Alien movie, sci-fi horror, like body horror. It's pretty scary. There's like jump scares and stuff. And the second movie, it's a little bit more fun to watch. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
that the
there's like
first movie's not fun, but
yeah, but even in Aliens, there's like even just the way James Horner like applies some of the military music themes and stuff, like there you can tell there's like a sense of amusement to it, it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
just
yeah.
like yeah.
It's more of a, I don't want to call it a summer blockbuster because I feel like that's degrading in some kind of way, but like
It's
it's
better
definitely
than that.
not the same vibe.
Yeah.
Terminator,
It-
Terminator 2, Alien to Aliens, they're very different. Um, but what are we even talking about?
well, which is that's the thing. We always come back to Jimmy C's impact on the world, and that's why
Yeah.
he's our Lord and Savior. But yeah, so one other thing I wanted to talk about Rob Barnes says Alien is a slow burn. Yeah, but it was 1979, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
There's
thing.
nothing like it before that.
Yeah.
Like really. In,
Yeah.
in science fiction.
Yeah. Speaking of the greatest crossover franchise of all time, there was also a new trailer for Predator Badlands, aka Prey 2.
Praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, man. So when I first saw, are you up to speed? Do you catch this new trailer?
I did.
Scene?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Um, Jeremy says, I don't know if it's up your alley, but Twisted Metal Season 2 came out today.
Oh, I saw that. I have not seen the first one.
Is that based
Um,
on the game? Like, what
it
is that?
is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, apparently it's pretty good. I watched just another Friday night. Our friends Chuck and
Double A?
Double A, they did their season review on it, and I had nothing better to do, and I was just sitting at my computer drawing, and I was like, "Oh, I'll listen to them talk about it," because I most video game adaptations are dog shit. Let's be fair, and so I was just like, "I'm not watching that," and they loved it. They were talking about all the references, all the characters. So when I saw that, I was like, "Damn! I actually want to go back, watch season one to watch season two." So yeah, that's cool.
I feel like I wasn't aware that that existed and it's already on season 2. That's crazy. But
Yeah. I didn't
yeah,
know they were
so
doing a season two, but to be honest, I didn't think it was
yeah.
successful enough, but apparently it is.
Well, so you know I think the first teaser for Badlands, I don't know, I was real iffy on this Predator design. It's sort of the first time that the face of the Predator is like full CGI, at least for big chunks of it. So it does look kind of like a little bit cartoony and like loose. And I know they wanted to get some dynamic movement out of like the head in a way that they probably couldn't with the previous designs. Like even this, like having him sort of like look sideways, it would be hard with like a like foot and a half wide prosthetic dome. But it's just not the same. But you know, so this, but the big thing in this new movie is that it's really getting back into the AVP territory because you have this Wayland Yutani
Yeah,
android that's just looking exactly like Andy from Alien Romulus with the startup Wayland boot up eyeballs going on here
because
right from that movie.
let me ask you this, because it's it's been a long time and I'm pretty hazy on it. But the whole aliens being in the same universe as Predator, wasn't that just like a fan theory that they were just like, fuck yeah, let's do that? And then they did
No,
AVP or
well, it was actually, and I think we talked about it a bit on our AVP episode, but it actually came from Dark Horse
oh the comic.
Comics. Yeah, like that was the first instance. That actually predates the alien skull at the end of Predator 2. That was sort of done because of the comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because I mean, there's always crossovers, right? Like Batman and the Ninja Turtles, or
Yeah. Well, the thing was with Dark Horse Comics, like Alien and Predator were both already ongoing series with Dark Horse before they had the idea. So it was kind of like the biggest no-brainer ever, basically, when they
and they're
realized it.
both by
They
the
were
same.
Fox.
Okay,
Yeah,
both
they're
Fox, so
back
it's
in
pretty
yeah back
easy
then.
to
Yeah,
join them.
exactly.
Um,
And there wasn't much going on with at the time that happened. There wasn't much going on with Aliens either. It was sort of between Aliens and Alien 3, and it was sort of a low point for that franchise, off the grid for 6 or 7 years.
yeah, because I feel like there's always kind of subtle nods, right? Like the skull at the end of Predator,
Yeah,
Predators or Predator two.
Predator 2. Yeah.
And then it wasn't until AVP that it was like ham fisted, right? Like, look, guys, they're in the same movie. But I feel like this is the first time that's like bridging the gap naturally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, if you were, if you were a fan of the AVP comics and video games from back in the day, the thing that was disappointing about the two movies is that they both took place in modern day rather than in the deep future that Aliens took place. And that's mostly because that's like a budgetary constraint.
Okay.
They were able to film like,
Oh
in
yeah.
downtown Vancouver for the
Now that
second
you
one.
bring that up, that makes no sense.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like
because
the
like,
xenomorphs are there, but they wouldn't have existed yet.
well, I mean, this is both those movies predate Prometheus and Alien Covenant, so like,
Oh,
there's no
that's
reason.
true.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fair.
but it's just like, the coolest AVP stuff, like like the first person shooters from the early 2000s were all like, the idea was like putting up predators against the colonial marines from aliens. Like the human faction was basically the colonial marines. It wasn't like a couple of like hillbillies like in pretend Washington State, but it's actually like Vancouver, whatever it was. It's not, it was like a formidable human force with pulse rifles and auto turrets and stuff. It wasn't like a couple of dinguses, So like
Yeah.
it's like crippled Lance Henriksen and a survival instructor, but so like this is the first time on screen we're sort of seeing like the future air like technology era from the Alien franchise
Yeah.
sort of butt heads with the Predator, and that's interesting. It looks like this movie is xenomorph free, which is fine. There's time for that. They'll do another one,
Oh,
but
it's gonna be like an end credit scene or something.
I don't know because
I don't see why they would include Wayland if they
this
weren't
trailer.
doing something like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like, so at the same time as this coming out, we have Alien Earth starting in a couple days, I think,
Yeah.
on Hulu, I think, and they're doing something different there that I see sort of mirrored in this. The creators of that show were like, the xenomorph is done to death. We have to have it in this show, but its life cycle is the audience knows it too intimately now, and it's not exciting anymore. So what they did was they have this idea of like a research ship that crashed that's going to have like five different deadly creatures on it, of which the xenomorph is just one. So they're gonna try and design some new alien antagonists for that series, and I see them doing that here too. It's just but sometimes I wonder like are there unlimited good designs in the world, or like because like this trailer sort of implies that this predator is like it's sort of the same thing as AVP, where it's like a young predator that's being tested for the first time,
Yeah.
and they allude to a big beast, because like it's presented that like Elle Fanning is like, for whatever reason, this predator brings her along. She's like here he fighting a predatory plant, I believe, with his lightsaber.
Yeah.
This was great.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, this dinosaur. So she somehow kills this dinosaur, and then like does yeah. This is, I mean, this is good stuff.
Bro. I don't care what the fuck the movie is. You put Elle Fanning in it, I'm watching it.
Yeah, and if she's like,
It's
she's
so
she's
beautiful.
she's basically a torso that's being dragged around for at least a third of this movie, which is an interesting dynamic. Apparently, the design aesthetic from that, Dan Trachtenberg said it's actually sort of a visual reference to Chewbacca and C-3PO, which is pretty hilarious. But I mean,
Yeah.
how long can you run that gag? I don't know. But they sort of imply that the Predator is working his way up to fighting this big beast, and I mean, look, there's not much of her left at some point here.
Yeah, just one arm and the top half. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
this is a really small Predator, even if you look at that size comparison there.
I could
But
still love her.
so I mean, in some,
I would wear Elle Fanning on my backpack like that.
like Yoda, yeah.
Yeah.
In some
Come on,
shots,
Elle.
this on some shots
Let's go get
he
some
looks okay.
Panera.
You know what I mean? In some shots the Predator looks okay, in other shots I don't know. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's just, not the
At
typical
least
uniform.
Yeah, at least they don't have that
Which,
problem in AVP where they molded the mouth like outwards so it looked all floppy because it's
yeah.
CGI. So it's good. That's sorted out.
It's kind of weird, right? Because from what we know of the Predators and what we've seen historically, I don't know if it's changed lately.
Yeah.
Well, I guess with Prey, they changed it. And
The
maybe with
Predator
the
canon is
Killer
so messed
Killers.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a rite of passage. They have to go and find a formidable opponent.
Yeah.
And in AVP, it was like, this is your battle attire. This is what You have all your tools, all your protection, go fight. And then this, it's like, I don't need any of that shit. And it's like, really? Like, I would take all the advantages you got.
Yeah. But
But
also they're escalating the beast, right? Like they give you a hint of this. And look at that. So there's like, it looks like there was a station, a Wayland station on this planet that was just all androids.
yeah.
Here you have another trophy wall here. There's probably some member berry references in there
Isn't that
someplace.
the alien from Independence Day?
I don't think it's actually that, but it might. I'm sure there's something in there. And here
Ooh,
you have like a
Elder
Wendigo
Predator.
predator.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big antlers, that's a good one. I'm about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here this guy's all the same guy. So these guys must be androids too, because it's just a bunch of the same dude.
Oh, it is. I didn't even notice that.
And we got some subtitled Predator, which didn't happen much in the previous films, a little bit in The Predator, which is the worst one by far. And this might be my favorite screen grab from the new trailer. Just a predator holding a space gun, like a human space gun. It's like something just looks so wrong about it. It's like you're not supposed to have regular guns.
Yeah, but it's like use everything at your disposal.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I ran out of my shit. I'm gonna grab human guns and use that.
Hmm.
Kind
Yeah.
of shows their readiness to kill.
Yeah.
Um,
Some nanotech going on here.
yeah, because you think that Elle Fanning's character is clearly a robot, so she would be able to. I would assume very quickly decipher his language. So for the viewer to have the subtitles, it makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, and it might be two predators talking to each other too.
Yeah.
So it's worth putting that in there. Because
Because
here
the
he's
subtitles
killing
does
another
seem a
predator.
little jank, but
Yeah.
like narratively, that's another problem with like, because in the Terminator 2, going back to the Terminator 2,
Yeah.
it makes sense narratively why Arnold is now the good guy in that second movie, right? He's just a
Sure.
T-800. What they're all the same. They put a flesh suit on him, send him back in time. John Connor reprograms him, right? But then like all of these other movies started doing it where it's like, oh, the bad guy's actually the good guy now. Like you want to root for this guy now. And it's just kind of like goofy. Like this feels dumb, to be fair. It's like he's a fucking predator. Like in Prey, I feel like they did it really well because you're watching the movie from the point of view of the girl, and he doesn't find her a threat. So he's not really ever antagonizing her, but it pisses her off so much because he's killing her friends and family that she's like, no, I'm gonna fucking prove to this fucking asshole that I am fucking worthy, and they
Yeah.
duke it out, and it's badass. But this is just like, oh, I'm a human robot on this planet. You want to hang out, work together? That just feels like we want to sell Predator toys, and we can't. He can't be the bad guy. You know what I mean? It just,
Yeah, but
I don't
but
like that.
nobody's selling toys anymore.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing I don't like, Here's the end of the trailer. They're like, you're working your way up to the ultimate prey, and you have this CGI pile of vomit, which is like the main beast, I guess.
this looks AI generated.
Doesn't it? It's like some Cthulhu, like H.P. Lovecraft, like pile of garbage. It's like a that CGI pile of junk that they fight at the end of Justice League. It's like I just don't need this. You know what I mean? Whatever that monster was, this makes me think maybe they really are running out of designs. Like when you see this and you see the Frankenstein Rex from the new Jurassic Park, it's just like, can we just end? Can we just give up, like shut down Hollywood? Because like we can just rewatch the good stuff. Like we don't need to keep doing this. You know? Like what is
Yeah.
that? That's like a frog that his eyes grew on the inside of his head by accident, like a mutation. Like this is just
Yeah, it's like, you know
like
what's scary? Teeth.
tentacles.
So let's give
Yeah,
him a lot of teeth and
yeah,
spikes. People are scared of spiky things.
yeah. It's
It's
like
like
there's no design, like there's no silhouette, right? It's
it's
noise.
it is noise. It's like, let's take a T-Rex, throw a, you know what this feels like? This feels like Monster Hunter. But in like Monster Hunter, it like makes sense because
Yeah, but that'll be
like,
1 out of 50 designs in Monster Hunter.
right.
This is like the main thing in the movie. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, because
Makes me
yeah, I
makes
don't
me
know.
nostalgic for the Predator flying through the air, throwing a spear at the alien queen from a crappy 2004 movie. Much better than this. It's just like,
Yeah.
what are we? And I'm meant to believe this is a bigger threat than the xenomorphs. I just don't think I'm there. This looks like a turkey with half its feathers ripped off and its head cut off. Like I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, like this feels, and I guess it's already been done to death, but like humans are on the top of the fucking predator food chain on Earth for a reason. There are animals bigger than us, faster than us. I don't know about smarter, clearly not, but like more cunning, maybe. But humans, with our advanced intellect, create weapons. It's like, oh, you're gonna fucking charge at me, fucking 3,000 pound rhino. I'm just gonna shoot you in the face and you're gonna drop dead in a second. So it's like a predator, a fucking space faring entity is gonna go fight some primitive T Rex with a bunch of teeth. That seems stupid. It's like, show me something where he's fighting like a fucking, because it's not like they just give him sticks and stones. No, he's got a fucking laser sword and a fucking shoulder cannon and grenades. It's like, what creature you could, who's standing up to that without the
Yeah,
benefit of
I
terrible writing? It's like, oh, he throws
like
the
not an
grenade, but
animal.
he's
Yeah,
got rock hard skin, so it doesn't hurt him. That's stupid. A grenade is gonna blow his fucking brains off. You know, like,
yeah,
show him fighting something worthy of fighting. That's what makes the first Predator so good. It's like
exactly.
you're
Or or just get it over with and roll Terminator into this franchise so the Predator can fight a T-800 and let's get it over with
like,
because
it's like, dude,
they made
you
comics
have
of
a
that already.
fucking, you have a spaceship. Just fly into it.
Yeah, and
Break
that
its
was
neck,
I
run
mean
it over. What are we
yeah that was
doing? Like,
well I mean they have rules for their hunts which are on display as early as the first movie where they don't attack defenseless things and such.
right.
But like I just like there's some ideas that I like here visually. This is not one of them. This just looks like a mess. And I realize they can't just keep rehashing AVP over and over again, but they're gonna do it at least once after this for sure because otherwise they wouldn't be blending Alien Romulus iconography with this film.
I hope it's good. I know I'm kind of shitting all over it, but like, I I like Predator. I want it
Yeah,
to succeed. I want to. If I'm going to spend money on watching a movie, I want it to be good, right? I'm not like,
yeah.
oh, I fucking hope it's dog shit.
Yeah.
No.
And here, in the very last shot, you got one more member berry, a reference to the load lifter Ripley suit fighting that big tentacle beast we just saw a second earlier. So it's a bigger load lifter fighting a not the alien queen. So
It's
it's a
so
big
stupid, dude.
It's
It's
like,
so dumb.
yeah, could you just not take the exact ending from Aliens, please, for your Predator film? But
Yeah, some of
there
this
you
is just so lazy, dude.
there's your last frame of the
It's like
trailer,
it's like what do people like? The load lifter. Yeah, let's throw that in the movie. Like
but bigger and faster.
it's like cuz
Okay,
Alien AVP and I know that movie is not the best movie. Right? We tore that movie apart.
sure.
But it's an alien versus another advanced well, they're more primitive but like advanced in like a killer stalker kind of way.
Yeah. It's like fighting a
That's
tiger. Yeah.
yeah, with acid blood
Yeah.
and like it could
Yeah.
impregnate you
Yeah,
and
but the average person, you guys talked a lot about like how many humans to defeat a gorilla, but like if a person has to fight a tiger and all they have is a couple melee weapons, like I'm not 100% betting on the person. You know what I mean?
I would
Like there's
probably bet on the person.
yeah, maybe if they're like
Because the thing with most creatures is stamina. A, a cheetah, like when it's gonna hunt down a gazelle, it's got one shot.
then it's
And if
winded.
it
Yeah.
doesn't catch it, it's fucked for the day.
Yeah.
They're only sprinting that fast for 15 seconds.
Right.
That creature is done after that. A tiger going one on one with a person, they're not lasting. They're not outlasting the person.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
this thing looks like
just
it's
like
got the body shape of a cat basically, but
yeah, but it's like
it's
an alien versus like a monster. Like, oh, it's. I want to see
it's
it
a,
find like a advanced. If you're gonna
yeah.
have me rooting for the predator, I want to see him fight like a fucking army of like super soldiers or something
There's
from
an
another
idea.
planet.
Why not an alien race that's more advanced than the predators? That's a good idea. That'd be escalating the game, you
That
know?
which is why the first Predator was so good. He
Yeah.
showed up to Earth thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna walk over these fucking creatures," and it's like, "Oh fuck, they have guns and fucking knives, and they're smart. They outsmarted him with by rolling in the mud because fucking Arnold was like, wait a minute, this guy he could see us. Like, he must have like a heat looking thing.
Yeah.
Like." That's compelling. That's good. Not like
Well,
big monster goes roar.
yeah. Well, everything has gotten worse. So, it's
Not
just the way.
worse, but tired.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there are there undiscovered amazing creature designs, or like have we reached the end of design principle? I think that's not a clear-cut answer. I think it's possible that we're running out of good iconic designs. I really do. Because if it weren't, we'd be trying to make some new ones. If it was that easy, I feel like it's weird. In the 80s, we're still using all of them from the 80s.
But
But
like,
now we're
but
not
you could even
making.
look at something like Star Trek. They didn't have a crazy budget, so what did they do? They had dudes with fucking prosthetics on their face. I don't need some crazy looking alien. I just have a fucking dude,
I don't know if that would
right?
slide. I think Klingons are like sort of grandfathered in. I feel like a new franchise trying to do that wouldn't get such an easy pass. Personally, I don't
Yeah.
know. They tried to make the Klingons blue in Discovery, and people didn't like that either. But yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about was, like I mentioned at the start of the show, the notorious GL himself made his first San Diego Comic Con appearance, and like it was pretty fucking good. Like if you watch the whole panel, it's like
What what was he there for?
okay, so he was there because at this point, I think it was like first announced 7 years ago, but so the Notorious GL is a big art collector, but not
Okay.
like, but good stuff like
Oh, his museum.
that's right. So
Okay,
but
I
but
did see this.
yeah, but this guy, Lucas has like a bunch of original Frazettas,
Oh yeah.
Norman Rockwell. uh, Mobius stuff. Like, like I've done a couple of podcast interviews and stuff with Jim Swearingen, this guy who he's the guy who like got the 3 3/4 line started for Star Wars,
Yeah.
and he talks about going in 77 or 78, going over to Lucas's office, and he goes in and he's like he sees the Death Dealer, the Frazetta Death Dealer on the wall, like that early, and it's the original, and Jim Swearingen's like, yeah, I have that poster at home, and Lucas is like, yeah, that's the original painting. Like that early on, he had it right in the 70s. He had the like Frazetta's most famous painting, probably the original, hanging up in his office. So like that's the kind of collection we're talking about. In this panel, he says that he has purchased 40,000 art pieces and not sold any of them over the last like
Oh
40,
my
50 years.
God.
So like that's the basis of this museum. And on the panel it was you had Doug Chang on there as well, who did all the concept art for the prequels, and has a
Yeah.
pretty he has a pretty strong role at Lucasfilm currently, and you had Guillermo del Toro on there as well, who's you know a big Lucas stan, rightfully so. But the big takeaway for me is like they talked a bit about the design and layout of the museum, and Lucas refers to this museum as a temple for the people's art. He's saying this is not stuffy stuff. This is like the American dream combined with like mythology, and this is like here it's gonna inspire you. And Doug Chang even says that he wants the next Norman Rockwell or Frank Frazetta to be inspired by something they see here, and start their
Yeah.
artistic journey. And I think there's not really a place like it right now, because a lot of art museums, either they're super postmodern and like you just feel ill walking in there because everything's upside down and big colored triangles and blocks, or it's like like Renaissance stuff, and this is like
Dark
heavily,
fantasy.
yeah, it's like heavily centered on like 40s to like the early 2000s. Basically, it's like the era where like cinema like actually became a thing, and like
Yeah.
where America like came into its own as a creative force, basically. And like this is the good shit. Like this is what you want. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be amazing. And a big takeaway from you was just like I think Lucas like looked and sounded great, which is just made me sort of pissed off that he didn't keep Star Wars for like 5 years longer.
Yeah.
Because he seemed well, you know what I mean? It's you love to see it. Like I think he's like 81 or something, but like he speaks really well in the panel, and he looks like he's having a good time. And it's great to see him make his first appearance at Comic Con and basically hardly talk about Star Wars at all. Is good.
Why
Is
bother? He knows
yeah.
he won.
Yeah, even though Doug Chang is like, I think he might even be like vice president at Lucasfilm right now. Like he's on the panel with him. They don't talk about that too much, but it's definitely worth checking out. And I think the museum's supposed to open next year in near LA somewhere.
Yeah, I was
So
looking at the renders of it. It's gonna be
yeah,
huge. I honestly, because I didn't watch this, I just
yeah,
caught a story talking about it. I didn't realize. I just thought it was gonna be Star Wars stuff that he
there will
has.
be some.
But
Yeah,
that's even cooler that it's like, oh, this is all the shit. Because George Lucas is inspired by a lot of stuff making Star Wars. So it's like all the stuff that inspired him to create what he created is going to be in the museum. Yeah, that's going to be huge.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think I think at least one Star Wars piece that's confirmed to be there is the Luke's original land speeder from Tunisia will be on display
Oh,
there.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
So it's gonna be a good time, you know. I could see myself checking that out. But don't go when Star Wars Celebration is in LA, because the nerds will be chocked full of that place at the time. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's most of what I had to talk about tonight. we did cover a fun UFO story last time. There's not a whole, in the last month there's not one quite as equally as good, but I what there is Dean, you were talking about a story about like it's the third interstellar object that's ever been discovered. I think that's
Oh,
something that's going around
Ammonite.
lately. Is that what it's called? There was one called Atlas 31 or something like that.
Oh, I
But
don't know. Yeah, Ammonite. It's a sednoid, so it's kind of like Pluto.
oh, you're talking about Planet 9. Yeah.
Yeah, Planet Nine.
Well, yeah, this so
Okay,
this
what is
this
this?
this this one Atlas, this is like the third ever interstellar object to like ever be discovered. And that's crazy because it's like it's the first one was Oumuamua, which was the one where
Yeah,
the Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb was like it might be alien garbage, like because it's moving really weird, and that
it's
one
got
had
weird
a
shape.
yeah, like
Uh,
it was 10 times as long as it was wide, which is like very unusual for like a comet or an asteroid,
yeah.
and like it was like tumbling, and and then there was I think the second one ever discovered was picked up by military radar just because it actually crashed into the ocean, and
Oh,
it was it was it was because there was military satellite data that showed just the speed and angle that it hit. It had to have come from outside the solar system, and the same guy Avi Loeb from Harvard tried to do an expedition over there and like glide like a magnet sled along the bottom of the ocean where they thought it hit and like find little particles of it. But I don't think they necessarily found anything. But this is and we're talking in like 10 years or less. This is is the third ever known interstellar object. And this one is looking a little more like a traditional comet. Like they can see a tail on it that's getting bigger as it gets closer to the sun, for example. But I think the weird thing about this one, from I was listening to an interview with some of the scientists who are working on this, and basically, the weird thing with this one is if it's sort of a piece of a destroyed planet from another solar system, like its proposed age is like so far back, like talking like 8 billion years or something like that, that like the question it brings up is almost like tied to the Fermi paradox because it's like it's sort of so old that it's weird that there were rocky planets around
back then, yeah.
getting destroyed that early on. So it sort of brings home the point that it's like if there was planets that early, like extra, where are the aliens? Because they've had a whole lot of time to get going if we're late in the game at this point. But
Is this the
nothing
one that's
too.
headed towards us?
Yeah, it's gonna come closer to the sun, and there'll be a window where they'll have the best observational period, and then it will sort of drop off, just like Oumuamua did as well.
Yeah, because they
But
were talking about something that's headed towards Earth. That's
yeah, that's this. Like
oh,
so like we this one. The nice thing is that they discovered it while it's still coming towards us, whereas like Oumuamua, they sort of caught when it was already on the way out of the solar system, so they didn't have as much observation time. So yeah, this thing's 7 miles wide, making it the largest of the three documented interstellar objects. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, whatever is, they're probably not going to be able to get a sample mission together, but they can probably do some spectroscopy on it and like find out what some of the elements are just based on like how the light breaks down as it gets closer to the sun. So it's kind of interesting because it's literally a rock from a different solar system and they don't come through here too often. But
wow.
it's probably not aliens, sadly.
Most
Yeah.
likely, probably not aliens.
Yeah.
Uh, on the alien front, though, I just sent you a video that's hitting the algorithms as of today.
Oh
I
yeah.
sent it on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen this. The Ring doorbell caught an alien in
Oh boy.
California.
It,
They were like, "It's the clearest video we've ever gotten." It's not, uh,
the
but it's entertaining.
All right. Well, you might have to share screen because it might be blocked in Canada. It's like your alien video is blocked in Canada.
Oh,
I'm
I
looking at
can't
it right
share
now.
it. I don't have access.
You can't share screen on there. Well,
Uh,
I might have seen it. If it's just a Ring doorbell alien, I can probably find it. But
hold on. Maybe this one will work. What the hell, Canada? What are you, the
I know, right? It's probably
UK?
Trudeau's fault. You know why? Because it's probably news. Oh, okay. Is this the? Let me see if I can bring it up. Is this the guy? We'll see. I'll bring up another share screen here.
Yeah,
Is this your alien?
this is.
The
I mean,
like what is it? Yeah, on some
right.
level, but
Yeah, you don't have to play the audio or anything. She just
yeah,
says like, "Oh, I thought I was going crazy."
it's a dang alien.
It is interesting, but it's like it's late at night. Those cameras are real janky. I have several Ring
Yeah,
doorbell cameras, um, and sometimes like my cat will be sitting on the porch and he'll stand up and it like morphs kind of weird because like the I don't know, the frame rate is dog
yeah.
shit,
Light
and
can
it's
do
like
some weird stuff,
it's dark.
but also if you just made like a real entry level cardboard cutout of an alien and like walked it by there, it'd probably look exactly like that. You know,
Right. It
like
could even be like a I don't know, like like a grocery store bag floating
right?
around in the wind. You know what I
It
mean? Like,
does look like it's walking, but yeah, I mean,
okay, they fucking put their goddamn logo right over the
I
fucking
know,
thing.
but it's also like imagine if that's how they got busted, you know? Like they're good for like 50, 60 years hiding out, but then this one guy just like went to get his mail
Yeah.
without he forgot to put his cloaking device on when he walked by that garden.
But like also like I don't know if it's so annoying they put their fucking logo right there. Like there's like a I don't know, like a picture or something. And you could see it like through it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. So it looks
And
like
it's
it's a
like
reflection of some
yeah,
kind.
it's like what?
Something weird about it that doesn't quite make sense spatially because it's also like under a sign. Like I don't know what's going on there. CGI recreation of the dang alien.
Wow.
It's a turtle man.
That is so fucking
Here's an artist rendering
hilarious. It's
of
like,
what the
I
dang
gotta get
alien.
on this. Quick, get on Fiverr. Have somebody model this alien.
Yeah,
We gotta be the
yeah,
first to report about it on NBC.
yeah. You know, it's so fun. It's so annoying because, like, you have like David Grush doing this congressional hearing where he's like, "Yeah, I interviewed 40 people who are directly working on the reverse engineering project," and like NBC, CNN are just like, "Meh." But doorbell alien video, they're all over that. It's like, come on, guys, this ain't even the real thing. This is some nonsense. You just,
It's just
you just
silly.
Yeah, you just can't make this stuff up, man. But yeah, I don't know, Dean. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about. I'm pretty much rounding up here, but I'm not buying the Ring doorbell alien. I don't think that's
There
legit.
is one thing I want to talk about. We could just brush on it very briefly. But there's been a movie that I've wanted a sequel to forever. And it appears to be happening, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Really, what's that?
Carl Urban's Dread.
Is he actually confirmed to be in this movie?
From all the reports are saying, yeah, like it's a sequel to that movie. I don't know if Carl Urban's attached, but he has said repeatedly he wanted to play that character again. So I'm assuming he's on board. But the director is Taika Waititi. Yeah, that's I'm like, ugh,
That's not.
like
I mean, if he's the director, it's not a sequel to the other one. Like really. Like it's not gonna be like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't have a extensive history on Taika Waititi's movies. So
I
like
feel like
I
it's
don't
gonna be a
even know if
reboot.
he's capable of doing something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is not. I don't think this is a sequel to that movie, dude.
Like I don't dislike Taika Waititi, but like the movies I know that he's done are very uh they're funny, they're lighthearted. And not that, people can't, you know, everyone's a one trick pony, right? There's people that are capable of doing stuff like that. I just don't know anything that I've seen of his that makes me think that like, oh yeah, that's totally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what his best movie even is. Like, is it Thor Ragnarok? Like, Taika Waititi? I don't know. I mean, he was announced to do a Star Wars movie, what, like 7 years ago? That never happened. That was a one of those Star Wars celebration announcements. I'm sure he got real deep into pre-production, and then it just never came to be, as so many announced Star Wars films died their death in development hell. Yeah, man. But I mean, that's like you look. I was excited till same when I saw that announcement. I was excited till I saw that Taika was attached, man. Like he
Yeah.
just sucks the fun out of things for me. But mostly because I hate the MCU, and like
That's fair.
I associate him with the MCU. But
Yeah.
but
Um yeah, like I I I don't dislike him. I just don't trust him to. I mean, that movie is very like specifically Dread. Cause like I like the Sylvester Stallone movie. That's not Dread.
yeah, like
It's just
this.
not.
Yeah, the Carl
Like
Urban
this.
movie is like really like the comics. Yeah,
Yeah. Like the Sylvester Stallone movie is like story wise, Dread, but like tonally, it's just not. Um, but the Carl Urban one is just like so like fucking nailed it, which is crazy. Because I remember when that movie was coming out, I think we've talked about this before.
yeah,
I was like, just another stupid reboot. The Sylvester Stallone one is peak, like whatever.
yeah.
Right, just being an asshole. And then I
Right.
finally saw it and I was like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Like this movie is fucking incredible.
Yeah, which I mean, you were right to be skeptical because, lightning rarely strikes twice and it's usually not better the second time if it does. So,
Yeah. And
it makes total sense. And if you want to hear myself and Dean and Mike glaze a movie, there's a full CW movie night episode about Dread from
yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah, and I think like at the time, what was that, 2012
Yeah.
ish? It
Yeah, I
was
think so.
just reboots. Reboot. It was like, oh my God, like I had just like had enough at the time. Um But yeah, so when they announced the sequel, I was like, "Yeah, Taika Waititi." Oh no, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like what's there was a movie I was excited for until I found out Josh Gad was writing it. I'm trying to remember what it was.
You don't like Josh Gad?
What? Oh yeah, it's Spaceballs 2 he's writing. It's like, man.
Oh, yeah, but like,
He's just part of the Disney machine, you know? Like how funny can he
you're not
possibly
wrong.
be?
You're not wrong. Um, yeah, because that's how I felt about the new Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Like those movies are a product of their time.
Which is
Like
now basically illegal to make movies like that now, so you can't really expect.
I heard good things. I think someone, in fact, someone earlier today said they in the chat said that they love it. They liked it.
Yeah.
Um, but like the people that were writing it, the place and time, like the jokes that you could get away with doing, which say what you will, if they're taboo or whatever, it's like it's comedy. Like nothing's really off limits in comedy. Like if it's
Didn't
coming
used to
from a
be.
place of making fun of something, I think it's fine. If you're if it's coming from a place of like hatred or malice, then obviously it's not funny. But like the fate of the world, like today, it's like, is Naked Gun really a Naked Gun movie, or is it just a, slapstick? Let's do some corny jokes. I'll have to see it, to really make
Yeah.
that decision for myself. But um, yeah, Spaceballs also is like, what's his name? The guy who did it,
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. That dude has a very clear comedic voice that, like, I don't think anyone else can replicate.
Right.
Definitely not Josh Gad, and I like Josh Gad enough, like, oh, that feels icky.
Yeah, especially considering Mel Brooks is like, even though he's like 100, he's like alive and in the movie. So it's it's like
Yeah.
just talk to him for like 2 hours and just do whatever he thinks is a good idea. How about that, Josh Gad? Okay, like
Yeah.
he's not gonna write it for you, but like just chat him up for a while.
Let him write it for you, actually. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for tonight, boys. If there's if we get any alien updates, we will definitely include it in our next episode.
Extraterrestrials.
But there ain't
I
there ain't that much.
I love that clip, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
if you guys
Uh,
got a good topic to talk about, or if you
yeah.
think we're wrong, or at least me, I know my takes are usually kind of hot, but if
Yeah.
you want to tell me I'm
Yeah.
wrong in the comments, that's cool.
Exactly. And Mike wanted to be here, but he had some commitments tonight, and but I think he was suggesting a film to go back to our old format. So if he wants to do that, if he wants to get industrious and build a slide deck to cover a movie
Oh,
properly,
I just
maybe we'll
remember
do
another
that.
thing I wanted to talk about.
What's
I
that?
don't know if do you like Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, I don't
Are
know
you
a whole lot
familiar with
about
it?
that. No, not
Okay, well,
really.
the first movie came out last year, and they just came out with the new trailer a couple weeks ago. It's looking good, dude. Five Nights at Freddy's is
Was
crazy
that an
good.
that wasn't a Nicolas Cage movie, was it?
No,
Maybe I'm confusing it with some other Nicolas Cage movie where there's like amusement park robots that come alive and try and kill him. But
I
yeah,
don't
there's
know.
that exists, but yeah, it ain't that. But I gotta get familiar with that maybe. But yeah, man, for now I think that's all we got. So let's see, uh where's the good old slide deck here? Uh, because we got to talk about our Patreonies, who
Rob wanted to
I'm
sing Funhouse. Let's see.
yeah, that's probably it, the Nick Cage one.
Funhouse movie. Who's in it?
While Dean researches Funhouse, I would like to say a big thank you to our Patreonies. We got Captain Fordo, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Gist, Eric Schweitzer, Six Guns Figs, Badfish, Luke Skywalker, Griffin Campbell, Aaron Broverman, Comics. I don't know why you're calling yourself just Comics because that doesn't give you much credit for your Patreon dollars because it's very generic, but we appreciate you either way. Austin McLean, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Fern, Caesar American, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Jose CZ, Tukathri Wah, Aries Portillo, Alvin J, Aurelius Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sean Forrester, Manny Fresh 369, Joe Corpus, Pablo Meza, Cam Collects, Harry Dempsey, Sith Scale Collector, and what is hiding back there under the logo? It is Mr. Musashi, Jared Gagne, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, The Big Donk, Trevor Weed, Darren Ilderton, Domatan, Stephen Percha, Sean Yotzi, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Heron, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, Gigi the Judgmental, and Classy Thomas. We really appreciate you guys. Dean, what's the deal with the suds? Is that still an ongoing project?
Yeah, I think Zach said he's ordered the stuff, I believe.
Okay, so the material
Okay,
he's in the production phase.
the Nick Cage movie is called Willy's Wonderland, and it looks like a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff. To
Okay,
be fair,
okay. So I wasn't way off on that.
I didn't even know it existed. I'm gonna have to check it out because just looking at the animatronics, it's like that looks like Five Nights at Freddy's characters.
That's good stuff. Uh, what do we got here? Dan, oh yeah, Jason, I think you'll appreciate it if you go back. We're just covering some news about our Lord and Savior Jimmy C. We're talking about James Cameron and George Lucas and a Predator movie, so it's pretty much peak entertainment news, like only the stuff that matters, brother. So you should go back and check it out. And then, I think part of this current wave of stickers, Zach, you get two. I think you get two of those the action figure stickers blind. And yeah, so if you're a Patreon supporter, Sweet Angel and above, you're getting stickers sent to you every other month. And right now it's the Despicable Boo Bros and two random figure stickers for your July August benefits. And ban the boo and check out Small Talk on Instagram for all your anti Labubu memes.
Here you go.
And then we got our YouTube channel members, 12-inch Moose Dream, Absolute Irwin, Alex Black, that's a new one for me, Aurelius Delgado, Aaron Salazar, Aaron Broverman, Ben Thomas, Big Rib, Bob Dylan, Chris Valencerina, Clinton Martin, CT603, DJ, Eddie Money Mendez, who did me a huge solid and picked me up the Lorenzo Sperlonga Comic Con exclusive cover of Heavy Metal issue 2, and he's already sent it off to me since SDCC. That service. Appreciate you, buddy. And we got Gare Bear, Harry Dempsey, Hodor, Howard Potts, Mike's Adventure World, which should have an apostrophe on it. Manny Fresh 369, Jake, Just Another Friday Night, Justin Sports Card, Jazzy, King Dingaling, Luke Skywalker, LV Avenger 702, Figure in a Bubble, Mr. Sketch, OG Fan, 1/6 Figure Focus, Philip the Fool, Ron E, S Beam, Sam Gist, SpongeBob SquareBalls, Stephen Kret, Trevor Weed, Universal Key, and Yomo. Thanks very much for supporting on YouTube, guys. And quick look at the network. OFAC is, I think, doing about as many episodes as we are once a month, I think, give or take, something like that. And then you got the main show live with Zach and Dean every Tuesday night. After Dark live every Wednesday night, and it becomes a Patreon exclusive. And CW Plus is still on this slide. That's probably my fault. That's not a thing anymore. And you got Small Talk live every other Thursday. And Just Another Friday Night is pretty consistently on every Friday night. And they did a show all about Ozzy after he passed away, and I was able to join them for about 20 minutes. And that was a really fun show. So if you missed that one, go back and check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us tonight. Any last words, Dean?
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching us, Chris. Always a pleasure. I love our
Appreciate you.
times together. Never seems like enough, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's I could see if we stick to this format, I could see going back to doing two of these a month. But the movie slides are just it's almost like it's arguably egregious copyright infringement, and also it's so much work. You know,
It is. I had to do it for two movies, and I was like, "Oh my god, this sucks."
yeah. Yeah, like I even just doing it for that Predator trailer, I was like, when, Lord, will they stop being cool screen caps from this Predator trailer? There's so much stuff I want to show. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us tonight. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll catch you sometime next month.
Bye.